Hi everybody, my name is Alyssa. I'm the head of marketing here at Headliner, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create video clips on the go using the Headliner mobile app. So for those of that you don't know, Headliner has a mobile app. It's free to download and it's available on the App Store. So just search Headliner Video on the App Store or Google Play and you should be able to find it and download it and use it to create audiograms and video clips on the go. But the purpose of this video today is going to be showing you how to use our brand new feature, which is creating video clips via the mobile app. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see here, I already have the Headliner mobile app pulled up. So I did that just by navigating to the Headliner app on my device, and Headliner will automatically take you to a page that looks an awful lot like the one you see. Obviously, key differences being you're probably going to have different projects or maybe even a blank page if this is the first time creating a project here on the mobile app or in Headliner for that fact. So fun fact, everything that you create on the mobile app is going to be accessible on the web app and vice versa. So everything you create on your web browser, like you've probably been doing for some time now, is also going to be available and accessible on your mobile app. So let's kind of, go through creating the actual video clips and learn about some of those key differences. So first things first is I'm going to go and click on that little blue plus button that you see, and then three options are going to pop up for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the video podcasting option as I'm trying to create video clips. So if you're familiar with the web app, this shouldn't look too different to you. You are going to see those three options. So get a single video with captions, our beloved multi-clips flow, and then of course the most replayed option if you have most replayed data available on your YouTube uploads. So I'm going to go with this second option as it is our most popular option, which is going to be getting multiple clips with captions. So selecting that, and then there's a number of different ways in which I can create on the mobile app. So we have our YouTube import. So if you have anything on YouTube already, you can go ahead and transform your full-length YouTube videos into up to 10 different clips that you could share on YouTube or further out on social media, or you can go ahead and upload directly from your mobile device if you have the video files accessible there. So I am going to do a YouTube video, so I'm actually going to need to open up the YouTube app and grab one of our more recent episodes there. Okay, here's our most recent one. I'm going to go ahead and click on those three dots, click share, copy the link, and then pop back on over to the Headliner mobile app. And then as it says, go ahead and paste in that link. And you may need to wait a few minutes here while Headliner goes ahead and it pre-loads that video and processes everything and brings it into the mobile app. And as you can see, that was pretty quick. So it's already done. One thing I do want to note, if you are not recording in English, you're really going to need to pay attention to this as English is Headliner's default. So you see this little transcription language down here in the bottom. Just go ahead and click on that drop down, and then you can scroll through all of the different languages and select the language in which you're actually recording and speaking in. We are speaking in US English in our podcast, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is. Just click done and then proceed to the next step. And then from here, there are a couple of different levers that you can pull. As you can see, we have most of the major social media platforms and YouTube available here on the mobile app. So at this point, it doesn't necessarily marry you to posting to that platform. So for instance, if I go ahead and select on Instagram, I don't have to post to Instagram. It's just basically optimizing those clips for that platform. So you'll see kind of in the next step, you'll have some different options in which you can choose different lengths and aspect ratios. So if you're wanting to post to multiple different platforms with these clips, you can totally do that. Just be mindful of how you're creating. For example, YouTube, you're allowed to create up to 3-minute clips, but I believe Threads does not support 3-minute clips. So just kind of think about that and ensure that if you are wanting to use one project for all of your platforms, ensure that you are picking something that's going to allow you to do that across platforms. So kind of the most safe is going to be anything that's 60 seconds or less. So, all social media platforms and YouTube are going to support that, and they're also going to support that beloved 9:16 aspect ratio. So what I typically do is I actually just go ahead and click on Instagram, and I'm going to click on that 30-second reel. Again, 30 seconds is going to fall within what is, quote unquote allowed across platforms. So you can go ahead and do that. And you can see here that it's automatically gone ahead and it's pulled in my video. So this is a re-release of an older episode, of the Headliner podcast. So we have a quick little audiogram intro on top of our video, and then it goes into the actual video recording there. So you can actually see this transition happening on my screen right now. But anyways, so you're probably wondering, how do I want to style this? So at this point now you can see myself and my co-host Nicholas speaking on the actual screen. But it might not probably look exactly how you're wanting it to look right off the bat. And that's where you can go ahead and customize how your video is going to look like here on the mobile app. So to do so, you can either click on the video or you can click on the little plus sign, user's preference. I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus sign just to give me a little bit more granular control. And then I'm going to click on the effects, and this is going to allow me to center the active speaker using the auto frame function. So I am just going to go ahead and toggle that on. And now you can see here that it's gone ahead and it's zoomed in on the video. I do want to preface that this is not necessarily going to be how things are going to look in its finality. This is, now you can see it's kind of got that like ugly jump cut over his shoulders as it zoomed in. And you can kind of see this little kind of warning up at the top. It's saying that this is just a preview. This is just showing you kind of the zoom functionality, but when it's actually gone through and it's processed the clips, that's when you'll see the auto framing come into play, and you'll see that the active speaker is actually being framed nice and lovely in the center of the frame. So that's auto framing. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. That's just, again, kind of the most popular use case that we're seeing and something that we do support here on the mobile app. So once you have done that, go ahead and click on the little back arrow that you see located in the upper left-hand corner, and you can start to do some more customization. So again, you can kind of click on the actual video to add things, or you can click on the little plus button. I'm going to edit the caption styling, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on the captions themselves, and you'll see that it's actually gone ahead and it's opened up our caption styling editor here in the mobile app. So you can turn them off or you can leave them on. I'm personally going to leave them on. I'm just going to do a couple different styling things. So maybe kind of scroll through the different fonts that are offered. This is one of the Headliner branded fonts, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm also going to increase the font a little bit and shrink the box so fewer words pop up on the screen for me. Next, I'm going to kind of ensure that the contrast is up a little bit more so you can see it. As you can see, my shirt is a little bit light, so any time in which I'm actively speaking on the screen, it might be really difficult to actually see those. So I'm just going to kind of just be a little bit more proactive and go ahead and style them. So I'm going to bold the font, and then I could go ahead and add a little bit of a highlight. I think that actually does a really nice job of kind of turning up the contrast, and you can do a bunch of different things. So you can kind of, change the color, you can change the opacity. Yeah. So you can see right there, changing the lightness, that's how you're going to get kind of black and white. So you could do that if you needed black, you could do that with any color. You would just kind of, ensure that the darkness is cranked all the way up. Or conversely, you could kind of, make it a little bit lighter, make it pink. Totally up to you. And then ensuring, if you want it truly black, I would ensure that the saturation is turned all the way down and opacity is turned all the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Yeah, so you can see right there that we've got nice black, bold box. You can definitely see those captions now. I'm going to kind of turn that down a little bit on opacity's sake, and now you can kind of see that we've got that almost see-through box right there. And then I'm just gonna shrink it a little bit, make sure it's nice and centered for me. There we go. And you can see that we do have that really thin blue line that's going to tell me that that is centered, and that my captions are going to be squared up in the frame nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it as that. There are a few more things that I do want to show you. So you can turn on shadow. So this might be a little bit harder to see with the actual text box, but you can kind of see it a little bit, that it makes those words pop a little bit more, and just ensuring that it kind of, again, gives that like background shadow to things that you probably have seen on your social media. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my captions as is. I think that looks pretty good. That's exactly what I wanted to achieve. You can definitely see the captions, and they are going to be kind of front and center within that video. So again, I'm going to go ahead and click on that back arrow in the upper left-hand corner. And I have a personal liking to adding these little progress bars. I think they look great. I think it's something a little bit different that you don't always see on social media. So that's something that you can do. That's our branded blue. So I like to leave it as that blue, but kind of similarly, you can kind of play with the colors like I showed you in the caption styling box. Again, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as is right there. But that is how you would add a progress bar here. And then similarly, as to the web app, you can add these lovely little text box. So these are really great, especially if you want to add a hook onto your clips. Just know that this will add the same hook to all 10 clips, or the same title to all 10 clips. So you can make it something universal within this text box, so just by clicking, or you can go ahead and have something more individualistic for each clip. Just know that you will have to edit those individually on the web app. So just some food for thought there, but very simple. So I'll just type absolute gibberish, click done, and we can go ahead and you kind of style things. So make it centered, make it bold, make it italicized, make it underline, all the things that you may want to do. I'm going to go ahead and remove that because obviously I don't want that gibberish there. That is in theory how you would go ahead and add on those text boxes onto your mobile video clips here on the Headliner mobile app. So I've got my video styled. Once I'm happy with how everything looks, I'm going to go ahead and click on that little next arrow guy and click create video. And Headliner is going to go through and automatically start rendering those clips for me. So you can see here I may have to wait a few moments, or I can kind of swipe out of my phone and use it as is. But that is how you create videos here on the Headliner mobile app. So again, I do want to quickly call out that all of the projects that you create on your mobile app are going to be accessible on the web portal. So if you need to do a little bit more fine editing or a little bit more kind of granularity with some designs, especially if you are familiar with the Headliner web-based app, you may have noticed that there are some key differences here with some of the styling controls. So you may want to go back and add those in. But if you are needing to just very quickly create clips here on the Headliner mobile app, literally anywhere that you have internet connection and from the convenience of your mobile device, you can now do that. So this is a really exciting update that the team has been looking forward to releasing for quite some time. So I'm really excited that we can finally share this out with you guys. As always, if you have any thoughts, questions, suggestions, comments, what have you, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below or email us directly at support@headliner.app. Again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy podcasting.